Racing to the 2025 Kentucky Derby, and let's get an update on Super Saturday 2025. We've got the Wood Memorial, the Anita Derby, the UAE Derby, and the Bluegrass now moved to Saturday. Lots of action. Races for the fillies include the Gazelle Stakes, the Santa Anita Oaks, and the Ashland Stakes now on Monday. We'll get an update on the top two from Florida, Tappan Street and Sovereignty when they're reporting to Churchill Downs. Final Gambit takes a stroll over the Churchill Downs racetrack. And we've also got an update on East Avenue, who's running on Tuesday. But the Bluegrass now moved to Tuesday due to the rain coming into the Lexington area for Friday and Saturday. Opening day will be Sunday. They will not redraw the post positions, so the Bluegrass Stakes and the card for Monday, the Ashland Stakes card, which was originally Friday, that is going to go as drawn. Now, the Wood Memorial is a grade 2. The Santa Anita Derby a grade 2, grade 1. The Bluegrass a grade 1. That now on Tuesday. River Thames is the morning line favorite for the Bluegrass. Now let's take a look at him early on in the Fountain of Youth. You know, he had that inside speed post position, broke well from the gate, was able to establish position early, and River Thames ran a strong race, you know, losing in the final stride to Sovereignty. He's only got 3 lifetime races. He did not race as a juvenile, but Todd Pletcher has done well in the Bluegrass. He could be the speed of the race. It's either him or East Avenue in that Bluegrass, probably leading after a half mile. Now, the Ashland Stakes going to be moved to Monday. That card has been drawn for the Ashland Stakes, and Muhimma is the morning line favorite, the Big Gray. Let's go back to her galloping away in the Demoiselle Stakes in New York. Now that was at 1 1/8 miles. She's by Munnings, so you know you're always going to have a little bit of a pedigree question there, as the Munnings typically do better at 7 furlongs to a mile. What's interesting is she did defeat Ballerina d'Oro in that Demoiselle, and Ballerina d'Oro is trying to punch her ticket to the Oaks Saturday in the Gazelle Stakes. So we'll kind of watch how she does, see what Muhimma does on Monday. She ran 3rd in the most recent race, the Honeybee, to kick off 2025. Now, the Wood Memorial has been drawn, a 12-horse field. Statesman ships up for Shug McGahee. He'll be in post position number 11. Bob Baffert sends out Rodriguez. Richard Dutrow sends out Captain Cook. And you've also got My Matoli, Omaha, the 3rd place finisher in the Virginia Derby. The Wood Memorial preview is already up on the channel. I think that's going to be a good betting race and a good card Saturday at Aqueduct. Now, Praetor, an impressive allowance winner at Gulfstream Park. He is pointing to the Lexington Stakes. They're thinking Lexington and then Preakness. Let's go back to his allowance win at Gulfstream. This was just a few weeks ago, his first race of 2025. An impressive turn of foot down the lane to win that race. Now remember, he did defeat Sovereignty in a maiden race last year in New York. So I think Praetor could be one of those late developing horses to watch this summer. Now, American Promise for the coach, D. Wayne Lucas. It looks like he's pointing to the Lexington Stakes, all 17 hands of him. He's a big horse. He put it all together in the Virginia Derby. That was a nice race. What I like about it, he kind of laid a little off the pace, made his move on the backstretch going into the turn, powered away to the victory. American Promise could face up against Praetor in the Lexington Stakes. Now, the UAE Derby is going to be Saturday. It's going to be late morning, right around noontime in America. When you look at some of the post positions, you've got Dragon, Flood Zone. Of course, he won the Gotham Stakes. You've got Queen Azteca, the filly, taking on the boys. Shin Forever was 2nd to Golden Vekoma in the Saudi Derby. Golden Vekoma got sick out of that race, so he's not running in the UAE Derby. We'll see if we get 1 or 2 runners from the UAE Derby. I do have a preview of that here on the channel. Galactic Star, another one to watch in the UAE Derby. Now, Tappan Street, the winner of the Florida Derby, he's going to stay down in Florida for at least another week, maybe 10 days. Here he is getting his bath post-race Florida Derby. It sounds like he came out of the race well. And Tappan Street, you know, he seems to be gaining some weight from his first maiden race. And the Florida Derby all-time one of the leading prep races for the Kentucky Derby. Now, Sovereignty, the runner-up in the Florida Derby, of course, he won the Fountain of Youth. He's got to win at Churchill Downs. What I liked about him is he looked good in the paddock for the Florida Derby. He's a big, robust horse. I think now they're going to really tighten the screws on him here for the next 3 weeks at Florida for another 2 weeks, and then they'll go to Churchill Downs for the final work, according to Bill Mott. Now, East Avenue, he's trying to get back on the beam. He won the Keeneland Futurity. Let's go back to his move in the Risen Star. He was sitting second behind Magnitude, but they were going very fast early. It was one of the fastest half-mile and 6 furlong fractions of the entire prep season, and they were going very fast early. East Avenue chasing that pace off a layoff. He made that move and then just kind of flattened out. He'll be in the Bluegrass on Tuesday. Of course, the Wood Memorial, the 100th running, a lot of great runners, but it's been a while since a Wood Memorial winner won the Kentucky Derby. Meanwhile, at Churchill Downs, the horses are starting to gather. Tistastic is there. Final Gambit is there. Enter the Sandman. He has arrived at Churchill Downs, the Arkansas Derby winner. But Final Gambit getting that trip over the track. You know, he's never ran on dirt. He's got the Juddmonte colors. And Final Gambit, he won the Jeff Ruby Stakes. They have not made an official decision, but I think they'll be going to the Kentucky Derby. Now, the Ashland Stakes did draw Lacara, the Suncoast Stakes winner, running away a stakes winner in Aqueduct, and then Take Charge My Lady, a winner at Oaklawn Park. So a good race, a nice 8-horse field, going to be on Monday at Keeneland with the redrawn race for Monday. Now, Santa Anita Derby time, journalism, the 3 straight wins. Of course, he won the San Felipe, Citizen Bull, the Robert Lewis winner, and Barnes, second place to journalism. Those are the headliners, but I think Baeza could run well in the Santa Anita Derby. Now, the points races continue. We got 4 big races over the next 4 days. Bluegrass, Wood Memorial, Santa Anita Derby, UAE Derby. That'll be 8 to 9 horses already for the Kentucky Derby, plus the 5 or 6 that are already pointing. Now, don't forget, the Kentucky Derby Pedigree Show, backed by popular demand. Jessica Tugwell, she goes over all of the pedigrees of the Kentucky Derby horses. We're going to do that on Tuesday, April the 29th. They'll be drawing the field the Saturday before that, so we're going to have a couple of days. Of course, she writes a newsletter and analyzes pedigrees for owners that are looking to buy racehorses. So she's got a good read on these Derby pedigrees. Now, the Triple Crown Prospectus comes out through the Belmont Stakes every Monday, 2,000 words. We have rankings, updates, trip notes, and we highlight some of the recent maiden winners. Sign up below in the description. Also, you can sign up for Kentucky Derby picks. Those will come out Derby morning. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. What do you think about Final Gambit, East Avenue, Tappan Street, Sovereignty? This is the fun time of the Derby season. We get 3 weeks to debate, talk about some of these runners. We don't need to pick our Derby horse yet. Smash that like button. And let's get ready for the Derby 2025. Dwayne Lucas always says, people have opinions, horses have the facts.